Navigating the crypto space can be so overwhelming sometimes. It's an ever-confusing maze, which only gets harder to understand the more you learn about it. Innovation happens at the speed of code, and the way smart contract devs type, that's almost at the speed of light. So my question for you is, do you need help navigating through this dark forest in cryptocurrency? Well, let us be your starting light, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Where should I start with this video? Well, it's been a while since I created this type of content, doing an easy to follow breakdown of the top 10 coins in my portfolio, my top 10 hodls. The last time I went through my top 10 was a whole whopping 9 months ago, October 16th, 2020, into last year. But now it's the perfect time to break down what I hodl once again, due to the markets settling back down into reality. Although you could figure out the top 10 pretty easily if you just watch my daily content. I talk about what I hodl the most. I talk about what I like, what I think is going to be the future of crypto. But again, guys and gals, DYOR, and do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor or expert. I'm just a dude who loves to research crypto. So what did my portfolio look like last time? Well, with the parabolic run and significant crash we just had, much different than today. Last time my number one hodl was Chainlink, which made up 40%. Number 2 was Bitcoin at 17%. Number 3 was Ethereum at 12%. Number 4 was Energy Web token at 6%. Number 5 was REN, also at 6%. Number 6 was Unibright at 5%. Number 7 was Kusama, and it broke in at 3%. Number 8 was Rocketpool at 2%, and then finally number 9 and 10 were the Zora Network and XDAI, which each came in at 1%. And then finally the last 7% of my portfolio was a basket of other altcoins. So is my number one hodl still that stinky link? Well, yes it is, but the gap has been closed big time. Chainlink was standing out back then at 40%, a big number. But Chainlink's performance price-wise since then isn't nearly as good as some of the others in my top 10. Chainlink's price back then was about $10.68. Through the hype we got to $51.85, but as of yesterday the price was $16.51, about a 55% increase. Respectable, but others down below did extremely well. So that is why Chainlink has slid from 40% to just 24% of my portfolio. So the number 2 hodl, is it still Bitcoin? Well, actually no. Granddaddy BTC has slid down in the rankings. So who moved up? Well, if you've noticed anything lately, there's a coin I talk about a lot. One that wasn't even on the list in October, as the token wasn't even created yet. That is Alchemist Coin, and I got Alchemist early. I spotted it shortly after it was created by the Ghost Step in early February 2021. So I got in when the price was low, before it was being tracked on CoinGecko. I'm not going to say exactly where my first buys were, but down low in the dollars. And I put a pretty sizable chunk of my ether into it. Thus, with Alchemist Coin sitting at over $47 yesterday, I am still sitting on a very hefty percentage multiplier, like in the thousands of percent. That is why Alchemist today makes up about 20% of my portfolio. Number 3, which coin could it be? Did another altcoin make its way up above Bitcoin? No, not yet. Bitcoin has held itself in the top 3 and actually pushed up percentage-wise in dominance. This is due to Bitcoin performing pretty dang well. In October, when I did the last breakdown, Bitcoin was sitting at about $10,385, and as of yesterday, it was $34,214. This was a percentage increase of over 229%. That is why Bitcoin is just under Alchemist, going from 17% to about 19%. Now that BTC is out of the way, we only have altcoins left. So which altcoin is sitting at number 4? King altcoin Ethereum? Yeah, if you guessed Ether, you are correct. But how has Ethereum fared since last time in October? Well, pretty dang well too, even doing better than Bitcoin. Last video, October 16th, Ethereum was sitting at 375 bucks, as hard as that is to believe. And as of yesterday, Ether was just over 2,135. That is a percentage increase of 469%. A dang significant increase. But during the hype cycle in the beginning of 2021, I took Ether and put it into some of those altcoins like Alchemist and more. Thus, even with the stellar price increase, Ethereum has slid a bit compared with last time, from 12% back down to 11% of my portfolio. Now that we are out of the top 4, this is where the big shuffling begins. Which altcoin could be in the top 5 of my hodls? Is it still Energy Web or is it REN? Well, actually it's neither, and you will figure out why in just a second. It's actually Unibright, because Unibright has performed pretty dang well since October. UBT was just 30 cents back then. As of yesterday, it was sitting at over $1.21. That is a 303% increase, pushing it from 5% to just over 7% of my portfolio today. So what about number 6? Which coin has slid or moved up to this position? Well, it's actually a slide, as last time it was ranked number 4. The number 6 coin in my portfolio is Energy Web and its token EWT. So what's the deal with the slide? Well, last video in October, EWT was sitting at $6.92. As of yesterday, it has dropped to $5.70, a decrease, a fall of nearly 18%. But I have been picking EWT up, accumulating it, especially lately at these low lows. And if you watch my videos on EWT, you understand why I'm doing this. So EWT has slid a bit, down from 6% to 5% of my portfolio. Rank number 7, numero 7, who could that be? Well, it's actually kind of a relative to the Energy Web chain. Both are coming from Polkadot infrastructure. So rank number 7 is Kusama. Kusama back October 16th was sitting at $29.50. As of yesterday, $181.21, an over 514% increase. This has jumped it up 2 percentage points, from just 3% of my portfolio last time to just over 5% today. So position number 8, which altcoin has made its way up or down to this spot? Well, actually they made their way up. From just a small investment in this coin, it has moved itself up and up in my portfolio, from the altcoin basket into the top 10 last time. And with its performance since October, it's now in the top 8. That coin is Zora Network, XOR. How did XOR perform? Well, last video it was sitting at $59.64, and as of yesterday it was $148.53. And if you didn't know, there was some bonus for XOR holders. They airdropped VAL, validator tokens, to the XOR holders, which I took a percentage of that airdrop and turned it right back into XOR, increasing my stack even further. This has pushed XOR up from just 1% last time to about 3% of my portfolio today. Now, down to the last 2. Which coins are in these last 2 positions? Well, beginning with number 9, XOR and this one have actually traded positions. And that is number 9, Rocketpool. October 16th, RPL was sitting at $2.92. As of yesterday, it was priced at $11.92. This was a percentage multiplier of 286%. which has moved Rocketpool from just 2% of my portfolio to now 3%. Who has captured the last spot, number 10? A new coin or a coin in the top 10 like last time? Well, it's a coin from last time and it has slid. Rank number 10 is now REN. So what has happened to the REN price since last video? Well, October 16th, it was sitting at about 36 cents. And as of yesterday, the price was below that, at about 32 cents, a drop of about 11%. This has dropped REN down in my portfolio, losing some big percentages, from 6% last time to just 1% of my portfolio. Now, why did it slide so bad compared with something like Energy Web, who didn't slide that much? Well, I've been hodling the REN I have, and haven't been accumulating it like EWT. And now that leaves the last 2% of my portfolio as a basket of my other altcoins. Last time the basket of others was a lot higher, 7%. But through the hype cycle and crash that came after, I have repositioned many into the top 10 coins, but still hodl a group of others. This includes iExec RLC, Ocean Protocol, Luxo, Olympus DAO Ohm, Uniswap, Polkadot, Centrifuge, the Greek space coins, Perpetual Protocol, Rarible, and some others. So it's obvious my portfolio has changed, with the biggest change being Alchemist Coin moving so high up to rank number 2. And the reason for this? MEV, minor extractable value or maximum extractable value. MEV is going to be such a big topic here soon. It's a huge problem, and the biggest organization working in solving and highlighting the MEV crisis is Flashbots, and Alchemist Coin is first in line to use their technology and solutions. Thus, Chico Crypto sees value in solving problems, especially the biggest one in the crypto space. So I'm going to invest in tokens that are attempting to solve crypto's biggest problems. And to further prove the ethos of mine, it's a reason Chainlink is so high up there too. Chainlink is solving the Oracle problem in crypto like no other, but they are also looking to solve MEV with FSS, Fair Sequencing Services. But let's just end this episode off with a prediction. What cryptos out of the top 10 in my basket of other altcoins do I think could be making moves into the top 10 the next time I do a video due to bullish price movements? Well, there are a couple which I think could be making the moves. Olympus DAO Ohm is definitely one I think could make some moves, as it's getting looks from many in the space and beyond. Stani Kolechkov, founder of Aave, tweeted this last month. Aave Ghost Heart 33 equals big eyes. And then, like my video a couple weeks back showed, Mark Cuban has bought and is staking Ohm. Another one I see surging by the time I do another breakdown, hopefully not in 9 months, but just 3 or 6, that is Centrifuge. Because CFG is a DeFi and NFT all-star that the markets haven't caught onto yet. And if CFG gets a good exchange, it's on like Donkey Kong. And what's sus to me is this Coinbase custody blog, posted back when I did my last breakdown, October. The base announced they were exploring custody additions, and one of those tokens was Centrifuge. Now, the token wasn't even released yet, back in October. It was one of the few tokens on that list that wasn't trading. Why was it even included and being looked at back then if it wasn't listed or trading? Well, it's obvious to me. Coinbase is highly interested. Cheers, I'll see you next time.